Good day po to our instructor, Mrs. Capillan Florence. First, let me introduce myself. I am Villasanta April Joyce A. from Section Bachelor of Science in Criminology 1B. I am here to answer the two questions that you gave to us for our midterm examination part 1, which are: the first question is, which of the philosophical views about self relates to your own beliefs? And for my response, the philosophical views about self that relates to my own belief is the philosophical views about self of Socrates. Socrates is one of the famous Greek philosopher, a scholar, a teacher, and a father of Western philosophy. And his famous line is, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Through this, it gives us a clear idea about Socrates' views of self. As a human being before, my belief about soul is the literally soul like what others also known, which is it only exists when we are die, and it goes to the paradise depends on our character or the way we live when we are alive. But after I understand the explanation of Socrates about what is soul, my belief now was changed. Since I realized that Socrates is right, because I believe that our soul is ourself, not what I thought before. And as a human being, we should take care of our soul, which is the soul is the person true self, and the self is our inner being. Also, the soul is the seat of knowledge and ignorance, goodness and badness. So, our soul or our self is represent our personality. It means that if you are doing a good things and thinking wisely, that is your soul or yourself. Through taking care of our soul, we can attain the good life, which is it's all about being wise and virtuous. Virtuous is doing a good things, and it is not having any evil actions. We must be thinking wisely in all the things that we are about to do. We need to be a knowledgeable person with a virtue. And now, as a learner, I believe on Socrates' famous line, which is, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Because, how can we live if we don't know ourselves? We don't know our strength, our weakness, and some abilities to do. Like example, to those students who are about to choose their course on college. How can they choose if they don't know what is their capability to do? Or what is they really like to be? And through knowing ourselves, we can attain a good life. A good life that anyone wants to experience or to have. I also believe on the famous Socratic dictum, which is, knowing what is right is doing what is right. And that is the problem of some people in some instance. Even they know the right thing to do, they act opposite on this situation, which results an evil act that should be avoided. Even we all know we can't avoid to do some evil actions, either it's big or small, that we did, it can be considered as an evil actions. In conclusion, if we really understand and analyze our soul or ourself, we can taking good care of our soul. And if we did that, we can attain a good life. But always remember that knowledge, wisdom, and virtues is what we need to apply in our everyday life to have a good life that we really want to have. And that is my response for the question number 1, which is I chose the philosopher Socrates about my philosophical views that relates on my own belief. And for the number 2 question, which is what is your philosophical views of self? And for my response on this question, for me, for my own understanding about self is our soul is our knowledge and our self is reflect on our soul. Like the way we think, the way we did something that becomes our personality or our character. And if our soul thinking a good and wisely, does our self too. Our self is our soul. What our soul think is what our self act. And we should give a time to analyze and understand our soul for the good of ourselves, to avoid any evil act and to live our life completely knowing who we are and what we are. And that is for my response on the question number 2.